this big conglomerate
Oh,
of
it
people.
is.
Hi everyone, this is Heather watching in from the Flourish Academy. This is episode 426. I'm joined by my very dear friend, Taryn Boyd. Hey Taryn.
Hi.
Taryn is from Blu Hippo Photography. Hey, really quickly, do you want to tell everyone about your photography and what you do?
No.
Could you please?
I am a natural light portrait photographer. I do not do weddings. I love photographing children and families, but not like children by themselves. Like if somebody tries to hire me for like, oh, my son's turning 1, I just want you to take photos of them. No, that's not me.
No.
I'm about connection, about like having these photos as like a heirloom, and so that's what I'm about. So I recently did a birth.
Oh wow!
It was
it was beautiful.
Birth. Thank you.
Yes.
Birth. So I do birth occasionally. Newborn photography, family photography, in-home lifestyle photography. So
I would say that that's your primary focus is the lifestyle, whether in-home or even outdoor.
Yep.
You are very lifestyle because you like that connection. So you wouldn't consider yourself like a posed photographer, like go stand here.
Mm-mm.
Do you set anything up?
Yeah, I do. So there's a difference between lifestyle and documentary. I am definitely lifestyle. Documentary, I'm a fly on the wall. Some documentary photographers are so much that they can't turn lights on and off.
Yes.
They won't even say
They
anything.
won't touch anything.
Yeah.
Right.
I will absolutely put people like in the best lighting situation. If there's like really super distracting stuff in the background and I'm doing some nice family portraits on the bed, I try to like get rid of that.
I like that you made that distinction between documentary and like a photojournalist lifestyle. Like there is a difference between the two, but I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. There's just different approaches to it. Because there are some photographers, you're right, I've heard of this, they won't speak to the client.
Yeah.
They won't turn on lights, they won't move anything, they will just be silent and in the background. That's very documentary.
Yes.
I think of like newspaper type photography when I think of that.
Yep.
But then lifestyle is like you're interacting and you'll move things. If you see a bunch of junk you need to take care of, you would get rid of it.
Yeah.
That's good.
But I mean, there's sometimes the messiness is, to me, is
Part
like
of it.
beautiful
Part
and
of
part of it. So I don't want picture perfect at all.
Right. You're looking for real.
I'm looking for real.
So you would post photos of kids crying and
You know what I'm loving right now, and I am not even kidding, I think I'm going to do it next year, is kids screaming on Santa's lap. Oh my god!
You love it.
Obsessed. There was actually, I should find it. If I find it, I'll like post it somewhere. There's this photographer, that's all that he does. It's a real wide angle, and it's like, I don't even know, his editing's beautiful, but it's kids like screaming. It's amazing.
It's good. That's good.
Amazing. Oh my gosh. Give me a kid screaming in real life photos all day. I almost always include my galleries like an insane photo.
Yeah. And your clients love that, right?
They do.
Yeah.
Actually, I sent a gallery off, and it was, they have a baby. The baby cried a lot, but in the gallery you can't really tell. But there's a photo, like one kid's like daydreaming, the other one's like messing with like the mom's hair, and the other kid's like screaming, and she's hysterically laughing, and the dad just is like, I give up.
Yeah.
So it's like the best photo, and she, like, out of all the ones that she shared,
They love it.
I kind of want people to put those kind of photos on their Christmas card.
Right. Because it doesn't have to be, because that's life, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I love that about
anyway,
you. Okay, so today we're talking about how we work together to be more productive, less stress. It's productivity week here at the FA, and we're talking about reducing overwhelm and finding clarity, being more focused. So Taryn and I have been working together for many, many years in this regard. Would you say that's true?
Yeah. Actually, I met you, I took at CCBC, which for people who aren't local, it's Beaver County Community College, not...
Yeah, a local college, yeah.
And I took Photoshop. That was like the one, I was really stubborn when I started out. I'm self-taught, but Photoshop to me was like crazy.
Intimidating. Yeah.
So I took your class, and that's when I met you, but I don't think I really got to know you until a few...
Yeah, and then we got really close. We were working on a lot of things. So there's a new course at the Flourish.Academy on productivity and time management and goal setting. Basically, high level, how to be awesome. I mean, at a high level. Okay, do you remember several years ago, this is maybe 3 or 4 years ago, you signed up for my life and business boot camp. Do you remember this?
I loved it.
Do you guys remember the boot camp? I mean, there were a lot of people around then when I had the boot camp, and it had nothing to do with photography.
Mm-hmm.
So we were looking at...
Wait, should we tell them about how you started it out?
Oh my gosh, that's a
I
good...
love that.
All right, okay, thank you.
Of course, I'm crying. That surprises no one that knows me. But, well, you...
Okay, so this is where it started. I've been teaching and mentoring photographers for about 15 years. And I'm a really curious person by nature. So I would have private mentoring clients, and let's say I had 2 photographers that were both very talented at photography, meaning they could take beautiful photos, right? Mm-hmm. Why would one succeed and the other just flounder and not be able to make things work? This happened a lot. Mm-hmm. I had a lot of clients that were really good at photography that just couldn't seem to make it work. So I became insanely curious about what was the common factor? Was there anything that was showing up over and over again? So I started studying it. This is actually about 5 years ago. I started studying it. I became a certified life coach in the meantime because I had a feeling it was something deeper or bigger than just like, oh, here's your shutter speed, aperture, and here's your marketing plan, and here's your website. Like there was some reason that people weren't succeeding. So you signed up for my beta business mm-hmm. and life boot camp. You were one of the first to go through mm-hmm. it. So when you heard me talk about, when you put out a class and you say, I'm going to teach you how to be awesome, it's lacking a little bit of clarity, right? So when you saw that I was doing this and I was focused on time management and feeling productive, why did you sign up for that?
Because it's something I struggle with. I hate to admit that I struggle with it, and I'm trying to not tell myself, well, that's just who I am. Right. But it is something that I struggle with. Like, I knew, I think I had, like, a really strong vision of, like, the kind of photographer I wanted to be, but a stressed out one was not one of those.
Were you feeling stressed out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Stuck?
Yes.
Not sure where to go next or why it wasn't working, right?
Right.
But you, at the time, you knew photography. You were a good photographer, so you knew it wasn't the photography.
Yeah. Yeah. Business was going well, but it was more like me, like I just was like, I felt stressed out behind the scenes. I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I was always just like checking my email and like having to deal with just like a lot of like just things that like I didn't really want to deal with or know how to deal with them or manage. I was lacking clarity.
That's it. And that was actually one of the things I noticed very early on with a lot of people was they just weren't clear on who they were and what they wanted. Mm-hmm. They didn't know what they wanted. Okay, they knew they wanted a photography business. Yep. They wanted to learn photography. Okay, look, easy, done. Mm-hmm. The mechanics of photography and business are very easily and readily learned. Mm-hmm. That is not rocket science. Mm-hmm. So why could I teach it to a giant group of people over many years? Some would succeed and some wouldn't. It had to do with the clarity. Mm-hmm. What do I want my business to look like in reference to my life? Because what happens inevitably is that you get busy and you get stressed mm-hmm. and you start to feel overwhelmed. Yeah. And then you say, like, I did this to myself.
Yeah. Why? Oh, totally.
Like, I picked this.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling like am I working on the right things? Mm-hmm. Am I going in the right direction? And what does that look like? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we did the business and life boot camp. It was a 1-day intensive.
Yep.
And I know it was years ago, but how did you feel leaving that? Like, what were your thoughts on how you were going to move forward?
Well, I knew I was going to go home and take a nap.
It was pretty intense.
Even if it wasn't, I probably still would have taken a nap.
Right.
It just like, it helped just like kind of like the fog, like lifted the fog. And I just kind of felt like, okay, like I know what I need to do. I know where I need to take this business. I know like how I need to work on things. And I knew that like I wasn't a changed person after I left.
Yeah.
I felt like different. I felt like a weight had been lifted, but I still knew that there was like work that I needed to do and put in, and I still do it. And I still go back to the materials that you have given me or worked with me through the all these years or whatever, and reference that as a refresh.
That motivation, a lot of people left here very motivated. And what I noticed was they would be on fire. They would be implementing all of the things that we learned. There was a workbook and we had exercises, and then many people would be riding really high for like a couple weeks or maybe even a month, maybe even a year, but then the motivation would dwindle.
Yeah.
And so I put a ton of women, okay, 20. Okay. I put a lot of women through that initial beta boot camp.
Well, yeah, the in-person boot camp thing, that's still a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of people.
Yeah.
It might have even been 24, but I put women through that business because I was testing and refining as I was going. Okay, so I did that. Then the following year, I offered it live online, that course. You took that one as well.
Yes.
Why?
I want everything that you do.
Oh, you're very nice. Thank you.
No, like seriously, like I just feel that every time, really anything that you do, I'm just like I like want to sponge or like soak up everything that you're teaching, because I really believe. I mean, I've seen you and how you manage things, and I never like want to compare myself. I don't want to be like you. I don't want to, I love you. I don't want to be like you. But there are certain aspects of your level of productivity that I want to be able to like be, so anything like that, anytime that I can gain more knowledge from you.
Refresh. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we did it online. We did 2 levels of that online live last year. And that went over very well. There were a lot of women in that group that took that. So this whole time, okay, if we go back even to the beginning for me 5 years ago, it was like I had all these theories on why one photographer would succeed and the other would, all these theories.
Yeah.
I needed to prove them. I read hundreds of books. I did tons of lessons. I got the certification for life coaching, and I put it all together, and I created this course. So first it was in person, then it was live online, and I have finally, 5 years in the making, I now have this course available online. And the reason I did it online was because I think that it's very important to be able to reference the videos and go back and rewatch them. And I created the, against some of my mentors, the people that I follow, against their recommendation, I created as lifetime access. So a lot of people thought that I should do this as an ongoing, where a membership site.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do that. So I set it up as lifetime access so you could rewatch the videos, you could get into it, and depending on where you're at in your season, like if something's real, if you're lacking clarity, there's an entire module on clarity. So if you need that, or if you're feeling afraid, a lot of people are afraid to make decisions. There's an entire video, I don't know if it's several videos or one whole module on decisions and fear. Like why we don't make certain decisions and why we fear making other decisions. And there are workbooks. I mean, it's really been 5 years in the making, this course. And I'm so proud of it. Do you know what? Thank you.
I was like kind of crying, telling her how proud I was of her the other day.
And you have been my strongest encourager for at least the past 2-ish years. Taryn has been saying to me, you need to get that material online. You need to get that. Hey, Heather, when are you going to get that online? It was hard.
I do ask. It's kind of annoying.
No. I loved it. It was challenging to translate the in-person to online and make it as effective. So I have finally done that. I have a free video series that you can watch that kind of explains the framework of it. But I'm so proud. I'm such a believer in this material that everyone needs it, that at some point it's going to be a requirement to work with me.
And I want to say something to like anybody that's watching. Like it's not for photographers.
Oh, right.
It has nothing to do with photography.
Right.
Like nothing.
I use a few examples, but
literally right. But like, because most of your peeps are photographers.
Yes.
But I think that like anybody could benefit from it. I'm gonna make Gareth watch it.
Really?
Absolutely.
You'll have to tell me what he thinks.
Yeah.
That is fantastic. Oh, Cynthia says it's awesome. Thank you. I'm really proud of this course.
Yeah.
And so what I was saying was, at some point, I started to infuse all of my mentoring sessions with this material because I know that it's the foundation for success. So I will make it a requirement to work with me in the future privately, one-on-one. This course, you have to take it in order to get private mentoring because I know that they need it and that they'll benefit from it and they'll love it. The biggest argument I hear is, Heather, I don't have the time. There's a whole module on time management. Isn't that ironic? That you have a course on time management and people are saying I don't have time. I actually mapped it out a couple of days ago. If people did 1 hour for 4 weeks, they could get through the entire course. Yeah.
That's easy.
So it's not a huge time commitment. All of my videos I keep very brief so that you can step through them and really think about them, and you can go back to them. So if you lose that motivation or you're feeling stuck, then you can, because the key to happiness and success, the key is progress. Progress toward a worthwhile goal. Because when you were saying you were feeling stress going back early in your career, it was because all of that activity that you were doing didn't have a purpose.
Right.
And activity with purpose is the biggest drain on your life. It will stress you out. If you have a purpose and that the activities lead to that purpose, you feel great about it.
And you know what else? And I continue to make this mistake. I did it a couple times this
recently
season.
Yes.
But like, I will make a stupid decision. And
please, can you rephrase that?
No.
It's not stupid, it's just a different choice.
You love that word.
Because there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a right or wrong decision. It's just a different choice.
Yeah.
You made a choice that was maybe less than optimal.
Yeah. I mean, and I'm like, and I will say, why did I do this?
Yeah.
Why did I do this? Because I lacked clarity.
Every time.
Like, and so I have to, I can't wait. Like, things just slowed down for me a little bit. I cannot wait to go back and like, well, now I don't have to go back to the online, like
yes,
the
live one.
The live one.
Yes.
I'm gonna go and like rewatch it. I can't wait to like get started on my 2019. This is when I work on this. Like, if you're a business owner, or I should say photographer, we all know this is our busy time of year and things slow down. If you don't go like start to work on this now as you go into 2019, all of a sudden it's going to be March and it's going to be crazy again. And so for me, this is something that I have to do for my business every single year.
Every year.
Plan, make new decisions, decide what worked for me, what didn't work for me. And every year it's different. So
because you're always progressing.
Yeah.
You're always in a new season and you're always pivoting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm going to post a link to the course and all the information.
It's already for my in case Facebook is watching. We're also on my Instagram, so that's why my eyes are like going back. It's already in. There's a link for her 3-part video series. It's already in my profile. It's free. Watch it. See if it's something you're into.
Yeah, the framework.
Oh, and there's like a couple buying options. I'm just gonna like say that any kind of mentoring that you can do with Heather is worth it. I continuously like, Heather, I need to like get with you, like get me on your calendar, and I'll come in and we'll work on like, it's like heavy, intensive, like 1 or 2 hours. I'll sit and I'll work with her on some stuff that I'm struggling with, and it really, for me to have that has been amazing. I mean, all of these materials and everything like that is enough. Especially if you don't have like the access to Heather, but
yeah, you listen, you invested heavily in yourself.
Yeah.
So you did the one-on-one option with me. Because you wanted to make sure you were making progress and you wanted to talk directly with me about your specific situation.
Yeah.
That's key. So you can watch, there are 3 options. There's actually self-study, there's a VIP group, and then there's a one-on-one where I'll work directly with you to get through the course.
Yeah.
And you went all the way because to you it was important to have the proper guidance.
You know, I want to say, like one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my business was I was like really stubborn, and I was like, I'm going to do this on my own and
I'll figure it out. And like, I realized that although I may have had like this like artistic side to me and I pushed through it and I did like, you know, I'm self-taught in that way. Not that I haven't taken like little online courses since like developing my style and things that will help me and progress. It was this I wish I would have done back in 2011 when I started my business. From the very beginning. Can you imagine?
I would have killed it like right out.
Same.
Yeah.
I wish I had this material when I started.
Yeah.
I would have saved myself a tremendous amount of stress, overwhelm, and ultimately all of that leads to like, your health suffers, you get sick, you're miserable, and you don't even know why.
Yeah.
From the outside it looks like, oh, this person has it all. They have the business and the family and the children and the house and everything's good, but then a lot of people are just miserable because they're lacking clarity.
Yeah.
And if you literally life-changing. I have never been more proud or believed in anything more. This will ultimately become the flagship course for the FA, which, like, in order to be awesome, you have to take this course. Yes, I can teach you photography and Photoshop and Lightroom and business, and Taryn can teach you lifestyle and connection and light and art. That's what she's good at. And, and as an aside, you will have courses on the Flourish Academy. You will. You'll have your lifestyle courses so people can learn photography, but it's so much.
This is news to me.
Surprise! You're going to have a course. I can't teach that. I have watched you shoot. I have been with you in sessions, and we will be in the same scene. And you will set something up that I literally did not see, nor did I have the capacity to see. And you'll shoot it, and I'll be like, I was right there. How could I not see that? So that's not my gift. That's your gift.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. So you need to teach that. Okay, listen, if you have any questions about the course or any way that we can help you, leave a comment, let us know, and we'll see you in the next video.